When you read this book, I defy you not to laugh. I defy you not to cry. You will hopefully care about the people that I meet. You will be astonished by the locations. But you will realize what incredible creatures fish are. There's a creature in this book called a spotted grouper. And a spotted grouper is a hermaphrodite. It can change its sex within a split second. Born a male can change into a female like that. Imagine being able to do that just for a second. I hate being a bloke, I want to be a woman. Ting! It's great.
Can it change back again?
No, it can't. No, the thing is with Garupa, when they want to change sex, it's because a large predator like a wahoo may come in and start eating the numbers in the shoal. And so they will collectively realise that they're down on males. So the females will turn into males and vice versa. So they can change back. And that's an extraordinary concept. I mean, that is bizarre. And a barracuda is a hostage taker, like a wahoo. They will corner little fish and keep them in that corner and just pick them off one by one. And they're so quick, they can't escape. And there is a sailfish that can travel at 68 miles an hour, can regulate its body temperature through this sail it has on its back, can migrate thousands and thousands of miles. But my favourite fish of all is the salmon, and the Atlantic salmon, because that fish is remarkable. It is born, starts off as an egg, it becomes an alevin, then comes into a parr, then a smolt, and when it's a smolt, it goes off and it migrates to the ocean. It can be hundreds of miles, it can be thousands of miles. That fish will then smell its home water, come back to the exact spot it was born, and I'm talking within 2 square yards, where it was born, and then will migrate again. And in places like Alaska, the salmon are semelparous, which means they die. They migrate, they come back, and the last thing they do before they die is make love. So they die with a smile on their face. But they are an extraordinary creature, and my favourite fish in terms of behaviour and hydrodynamics. I think they're extraordinary salmon. I do love them. Have I ever done anything in the show, in hindsight, that I think is too dangerous? Yeah. Going off the west coast of Canada to a famous spot called the Brooks Peninsula, which has taken the life of many a trawlerman. And the team and I thought it would be a really good idea going out on a trawler for 48 hours. Travel forward 36 of those 48 hours, I'd spent it in a hurricane. We all thought we were going to die. We really did. Windows were being smashed out, the cameraman was being thrown, becoming airborne and you're not knowing why. You're being violently ill. I started praying. I'm not a religious man. I don't think we can solve problems by confiding in an invisible friend. But that day, like the actor I am, became very fickle and got down on my knees and I prayed. And it was quite an interesting prayer and a very private one. Well, not private anymore because I put it in the book. But yeah, sometimes science and cold reasoning just aren't enough. And I was so angry with myself how I allowed myself to get in that position. All the other guys on the boat, you know, these big 6'5" hairy ass fishermen, thought it was kind of epic, but I was crying like a girl and sobbing and being sick at the same time. I don't want to go, what am I doing? And and to tell you how dangerous it was, 2 guys jumped ship with us when we finally got into port. So yeah, that was really stupid. Not good. I love my fishing, but I also love my life.
And how have you found the process of writing the book and recalling all your adventures?
Well, myself and a lovely ghostwriter, Charlotte Rether, who's a great friend of mine and a very, very funny lady, helped me articulate the story. But the one thing I've found about writing the book, it's very cathartic. And there was a very low moment in the filming when I was doing a program in Thailand, and I was in a Buddhist temple, and we were talking about Buddhism, and they were going to bless our program and say, you know, accentuate the positive, you know, find the good in everything, and accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. That's Buddhism in a nutshell. I thought it was wonderful, and with these Buddhist monks, and it's all great. And suddenly the phone rings, and I'm telling the AP, I said, switch the bloody phone off, we're in a Buddhist temple. And sadly it was some shocking news. My father had passed away suddenly. And I suddenly realised that my world was falling apart, and what was important in my life and what was important to me had gone. And the Buddhist monk I was with just looked at me and went, "It's okay. Your father's in you and he's in your family." And this guy brought me out of this kind of trauma. And what I've learned from writing it is, do you know what? I know who I am. I'm a kid from the northeast, son of a miner, very proud of that, who bloody loves fishing. That's where I am in a nutshell. I can't articulate it more than that. I really do.
And you mentioned that your uncle Matheson thinks that you're really lucky to have your own fishing show. So what do other fishermen make of the show?
Well, you know, it's interesting. When I got the phone call and I told my Uncle Matheson, who's taught me everything I know about fishing, he's catatonic with shock, as are his angling friends. But they love the show because I don't engage in the complexities of it. I celebrate the experience and how you feel. And there is a genuine affection and respect for each other when you're on the riverbank. Carp fishermen hate my guts because they're purists and they're coarse anglers, and they throw the fish back. They think it's, you know, the work of the devil that I eat the fish, but I really don't care. You know, you can't please everyone. But the majority of anglers like it because it's introducing a wonderful world to people who don't usually come across it. A lot of women love the programme. No idea why. Maybe I'm better looking than Chris Tarrant. He was offered the gig, but he didn't get it. And a lot of children love the programme, you know, and that's what they like about it. I've opened up an avenue to anglers who wouldn't usually take up angling. And the great thing about the book, even though it's got fishing in the title, you don't have to like fishing to enjoy the story. You know, it's a travelogue, it's an adventure, but it's very human as well. You know, very human.
And who do you think will enjoy reading the book?
All ages, man, woman and child will love this book. Boys and girls will love it for various reasons. I think that the men will enjoy the feeling of getting that bite. I think women may enjoy the travelogue aspect of it. I'm not reinforcing any kind of stereotypical feeling here. I'm not projecting my idea of what a woman would be feeling about it. But kids will love the excitement I feel, because when you get the bite, you return to the child of 7. Because, you know, give me the boy of 7, I give you the man. And when I caught my first trout at the age of 7, in a location that is one of the most idyllic in the world, and that happens to be the Cokerdale Valley in Northumberland, and you're with somebody you care about, be it your father or your uncle or your mother or your sister or your brother, you will love the experience. You'll absolutely love it. So forget about the size of your rod, forget about the size of your bloody fish or the line, just love what you're doing, and you'll realise how normal and right it is.
Fantastic. Robson Green, thank you very much.